My first frost date is in about a couple of months, and I still have a whole bunch of tomatoes that may not make it to the ripe stage before my first frost date hits. So I'm going to show you what I call my 3 T's method to get these tomatoes to ripen in time before your frost date. Let me show you how. Now, the simple logic that we are using for this process is that we need to find all of the branches that are not really serving the purpose of ripening the fruit, and we need to cut them off. So you want to send all of the energy into those fruiting branches to both grow the tomatoes to size as well as then start to ripen them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to top the tomato. And what this means is that you find the main leaders that are growing upward and you want to stop that growth. Let me show you. So in this tomato plant, the tomatoes are generally starting to ripen from the bottom and working their way upward. So the lower branches are the ones that have the fruit that you want to ripen, but you can see on the upper branches, they're still producing flowers, and this main branch is going to continue to grow if I don't do something about it. So I'm going to stop its growth right there. And there's a couple of leaders. There's one over there as well. So I'm going to take both of those leaders off, and that will stop the vertical growth. And that process is called topping your tomatoes. Right there. Yeah, I know it's painful, but it's got to be done. These flowers are going to take at least 30 days to form fruit, and then another 30 days after that to ripen the fruit. That's 60 days, and that barely gets me to my first frost date. And we know the days are getting shorter and colder, so 60 days is the bare minimum, but it's definitely going to take longer than that. So these flowers are not going to be doing anything for me. Might as well get the energy away from this growing top branch. The next thing I'm going to do is tip all of the suckers off. So these are going to grow into main branches if I let them. These are growing in the armpit of the branch and the growing stem. And I'm going to remove all these suckers. These suckers are an immense drain on the tomato plant, and they will take a lot of energy because they're trying to form a whole new plant. Let's find some more. Here's another big one right here. Let's get rid of it. This one is almost starting to become a main stem. And the last step is trim. Now that you've gotten rid of your growing tips and all of your flowers, you just need to trim off all the excess foliage. You do not need that much foliage anymore because you only have the fruits to support. You don't have any new growth to support. One of the nice things of this method also is you won't need to water the plant as much anymore because the plant will be much smaller and won't need as much water or nutrition, and it'll just focus all its energy on ripening that plant. Now you want to work your way from bottom to top because the older leaves are at the bottom and the nice fresh young leaves are at the top. The younger leaves are going to be able to create more nutrition for the plant than the older leaves. So you want to keep those and get rid of the older ones. There, the plant is looking so much better. Well, not exactly better, but so much cleaner. And you can actually see all my gorgeous tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? I'm sure hoping to enjoy them before the end of the season. So give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new, and I sure hope you get a lot of lovely ripe tomatoes. And if there are any green tomatoes still left over, I actually suggest that you head on over to the Lovely Greens. Tanya Anderson from Lovely Greens just put out a wonderful video with all kinds of recipes on what you want to do with unripe tomatoes. And if you're wondering what tomato this is, this gorgeous black tomato, this is called Queen of the Night. It's a new seed that Baker Creek was giving away for free, and I managed to snag one. Until next time, live green and love your greens.